Tonight, I earned my spot in this game. I proved that not only am I here to play, but I'm here to excel at what I do. Sorry was never supposed to be in that safety competition, under any circumstance. We all agreed that going in, two of us would compete in the safety competition, any two aside from Sorry. And whoever won would destroy immunity, and then we would vote out Sorry. No questions asked. And lo and behold, Sorry ends up in the safety competition. And not only does she end up in the safety competition against Kyler, but she wins the safety competition after quite possibly the longest wait of my entire life. Because sitting there hoping for Kyler to pull out this win pained me. It broke a piece of my soul to sit there and watch this happen. And she gets it, and she says, I don't know what to do. Well, honey, you should destroy it. Obviously. That's what I did. I destroyed our safety last cycle. And when I destroyed it, not only did I stay, but I didn't get a single vote against me. The one hinky vote went to Bryce. Still pretty sure Bryce voted for himself. Another story. So, I throw this out there, casually. And she does it. She did it. She destroyed immunity. After winning immunity, she destroyed safety after winning safety. And all she had to do was keep it. And she probably would have been in the merge, honestly. I think if she had kept safety tonight, she would have been in the merge. And now she's the second boot from the strategic team. And that fills my heart with joy. That takes that piece of my soul that got broken off when she won that safety competition, and it puts it right back here. And to know that I did that, Jalen was right. He said it. All you have to do is put a little confusion in their head, and they'll do whatever you say. You have to pick the right people. I couldn't have done that with, say, a Bryce. But with Sorry, with all the confusion, yeah, she did exactly what I needed her to. And she got punished for it. And that's unfortunate for her. But it means that my game plan moving forward stays stable. It means that there are no major alterations to the plan, which is good. It makes my alliance think that what we're doing is working, and that's exactly what I want them to think, because it is. Whatever the faction, that's her name, the faction, myself, Bryce, and Matt, whatever we're doing, it's working, because the people who we have decided will go home are going home. I was even in a call with DJ and Kyler tonight, who are rightfully paranoid that they're going home. Even though they think I'm voting with them. And we'll talk more about that later. But I was in a call with them, and they didn't know where the vote came from. They don't know who initiated it. They didn't know that Bryce knew about the vote, which shocked me. I thought they were paying more attention than that. And I don't know if DJ is paying more attention than that, which he very well might be. And he just doesn't want Kyler to catch on, because I think he thinks he has Kyler wrapped around his finger, which he possibly does. But it's irrelevant, because the three in the faction are going to vote together at the last pre-merge cycle. And that will secure the three of our spots in the game. And if I pull this off right, it will secure a tight 4. DJ or Kyler is the question. Because I think I have the social capital and the skills to bring whichever one I want, depending on a safety competition. But DJ still scares me. I solidified the bond. I mission accomplished, day 3. I did what I wanted to. I got him in a private call, and I got him to throw out names. He threw out Bryce's name without much coaxing. I didn't even have to tell him that he was supposed to be the first boot. So I still have that little bit of information in my back pocket if I need it, which I really like. Um, because I think if I manage to take DJ into a merge and secure him in some way, he would flip on Bryce without me even revealing that information, and I have that information as a kicker. So the true question is, can I do it in a way that doesn't let Brat know? Bryce and Matt cannot know that I want DJ there, because he'll be loyal to me. And I think if he stays and Bryce stays, then he'll stick with us, because he wants Bryce out, but he knows he needs numbers, and he knows flipping to the social team won't do him any good. And if I stick with Bryce and Matt, he will do the same thing. He will follow me. Kyler is, again, a pinball. The kid is just bouncing around, making points, being a great casting decision. He is a lot more entertaining than I gave him credit for. He still gets on my nerves, don't get me wrong. Like, dealing with him can be a struggle sometimes. But he has his moments. The L, the Lego L, when Sorry went home tonight was too much. I was cackling. It was painful to watch her leave, but that was a good moment for him. So, moving into the social team cycle, I was excited to really get to watch our first look at what they were doing. And once again, the social team confirmed to me that they are a dumpster fire. They have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Maybe a couple of them do, but the fact that everybody is pulling seemingly random numbers out of their ears just destroys me. What are y'all doing? Because y'all obviously don't seem, from the outside looking in, like you're a tight, cohesive unit. Like, there seem to be so many cracks. And I know you're supposed to be social players, but I honestly don't give 5 out of the 7 of you credit for being able to pull off a maneuver like that, to make us think that there are that many cracks heading into a merge and really be super tight would be legitimately impressive, but I don't think you're capable of that, which is unfortunate for you, because that would be really good television to watch me eat my words. And at some point, I will, but today is not that day. And watching you all get these weird step counts, you had an opportunity. You had a rare opportunity in this game where the vote wasn't sending anybody out. The vote was a punishment. All you had to do was take a cold shower if you got a majority of the votes. Every single one of you should have been running up your step count like nobody's business. You should have agreed beforehand. Like, as soon as you saw that Ryan Stevenson got booted, you should have all said, everybody takes a 3, the randomizer decides who goes into the safety comp, and we vote for a punishment. Done. The strategic team literally would have done that. And that is why we are moving into this merge with a plan. We have a game plan. We know exactly what we're doing. It may not work, and we may look like fools, but we at least know what we want to do. We have thought that far in advance. And you all seem to be flying by the seat of your pants. And your pants seem to be on fire, and your fire pants are in a dumpster. And it makes me happy. It makes me exceedingly happy. So Matt gets the punishment. And, I'm sure the reaction shots to the social team cycle are pure gold. I'm pretty sure myself and Bryce had some pretty good faces in there, because y'all were doing some absolutely ridiculous moves. But I guess it's more interesting than watching everybody take threes. Also, shout out to Matthew Papa for not being able to do math when I took a 4. It was quite literally the highlight of my night. So yeah, social team finishes up. I go and rub a little dirt in Mac's face. I go and let Kevin in on the secret that Sorry destroyed immunity, because I knew multiple people on the social team wanted to work with Sorry, and I knew there was going to be a little bit of backlash for voting out not only a female, but the only female on our cast. And it was really funny to me when I went in there and explained that she had destroyed safety. And he said that she deserved everything she got, which she did. And if I had gotten booted in the first cycle after I destroyed safety, I would have deserved everything I got. But I didn't, and she did. So she deserved it, and it's great. And after I put out that small little fire, I got invited to a private call with Bryce, and Matt. They wanted to talk game, and we needed to talk game, because after the roller coaster that we had been on tonight, we needed to just iron out what our next move was. And the end goal, or the end result of the second cycle tonight, was exactly what we expected it to be. And that's great. But again, the way we got there was not the direct path that we thought we would have. And I honestly thought it would be, because tonight seemed like the most straightforward vote. And it almost turned into the messiest vote we've seen this season. And I'm glad it didn't. So we get in this call, and immediately it becomes clear to me that they want DJ out. DJ's thrown out Bryce's name. I've had to tell him this. I chose my side. I chose Bryce and Matt. We have a tight 3, and I think that 3 is more beneficial to me than DJ will be with one of Bryce and Matt left in the game. At this point, if I was going to have turned on Bryce and Matt, it had to have been this past cycle when Sorry went home, because I would have needed both of them gone before we got to merge. If one of them gets to merge, we are not a tight 4, and I am legitimately screwed. So myself, Bryce, and Matt, the faction, we have to roll into the merge strong. And once I'm in this call, I'm seeing that DJ is not looking like he's the one who's going to be going with us. It looks like they think Kyler will stick with us. And as much as I've said I don't believe that's true, and as much as I've said that I think he will flip on me and he will destroy my game quicker than Sorry could ever dream of doing it, I think that if I stuck up for DJ at this point, they would know something was up. They would know that I have a pair with him, and they would take Kyler in my place, because I think they could, if they got rid of me or DJ, they could wrap Kyler around their finger and replace me with him. Even though he is in no way, shape, or form as good of an ally as I am, for future reference, I still think they would have done it. Maybe. They'll tell me when they see this after the season. So we've now established this 3 is locked for merge. We knew that from day one, but we have confirmed that these are the people that I have chosen to spend my time with in this game. And I get a message from DJ. And DJ wants me to come jump in a call with him and Kyler, because apparently there are 2 pairs that I was not aware of. That's incorrect. I was aware of both of them. I've pointed them out earlier in this confessional. But Kyler and DJ thinks he has Kyler locked, and he thinks I am a good strategic pair to have with him. So he thinks that if he ends up in a final 3 with me and Kyler, either one of us will take him to the end, because he knows I don't like Kyler. And honestly, as long as it wasn't going to come down to a luck-based thing, I would take Kyler to the end all day, every day, if I was going to beat him. I do not care who I sit next to in the final 2, as long as I am the clear winner. I don't want to leave this up to luck. I am going to promise Matt, Bryce, DJ, and Kyler, depending on who makes the merge, that no matter what, I want it to be luck. I definitely want it to be luck. You know, that's how this game is played, and that would be a fitting end to such a great alliance running this season and dominating it. And that's stupid. There is no way, no chance in hell that I would ever give up a sure thing for a luck-based randomizer. The randomizer has already shot me in the foot multiple times this season, and I'm not going to give it the chance. I'm going to put myself in a position to where no matter what, I am going to be the clear winner in the final two when I'm sitting there. So I tell Matt and Bryce that DJ wants me in this call, and I tell them, if you guys trust me, I will go in this call, I will lie to their face, and I will see what they want to do so that we can be planning for any scenario that could happen. And they agree, and I go and jump in this call with DJ and Kyler, and it was uncomfortable. It was like wearing a wool sweater with nothing on underneath and just sleeping in it on the hottest summer night you can imagine. And I had to, it felt like I was pulling information out of both of them, and there was no reason for me to feel that way, because I was the one who they needed. Because the two of them were never getting Bryce or Matt, because those were the pair that they wanted to target. So they needed me. I should have been the one feeling the most comfortable in that situation, and I was not by any stretch. I think DJ felt the most comfortable because of what I was saying, and that's exactly what I wanted. I want to make sure that whichever one, DJ or Kyler, makes it to merge, because one of them will, no matter what, they pair up with me, because that's what has to happen in order for my game to be successful. And I sell them this bill of goods that is blatant lies, and I'm not really sad about that. I did what I had to, and if I had lied to their face, both of them are going for safety, and one of them flips. Excuse me, if I had told them the truth. Is that what I said? If I had told them the truth, one of them flips. Whichever one of them stays, flips at the merge, because they're going to have to have destroyed their step count, and at that point, they'll be bitter. And I don't need to deal, because there is no jury here. I don't have to deal with a bitter jury, so I don't need to deal with any bitter players either. And Kyler has proven to me time and time again previously to this game that he will be bitter. So I don't have any intention of allowing him to do that. So I lied. And right before the cycle, I'm currently debating whether or not I need to tell whichever one of them I pick that they need to get safety. Because I think if one of them goes for safety, it's gonna come down to those last. I don't think anybody's taken sixes. Nobody has shown the desire to completely destroy their step count, aside from DJ. I don't know what he was doing in that first cycle, where he was just he ended the cycle with 15 steps. Like, I understand not wanting to be a target, but you'll want to at least look like you're in the game, because at this point, he's almost a threat because he's so low, or at that point, I really can't remember what the cycle step, the final step counts are after this second cycle, but at this point, after the first cycle, he looks like a threat to just be dragged to the end, which makes me want to get rid of him almost more than I want to get rid of anybody with more steps than me, because I can always pin everybody in the game against the person with the most steps, but pinning it against the person with the least is going to be a challenge, and he already has a target on his back. So I'm kind of talking myself into getting rid of DJ right now in this confessional, even though I think he would still be the better pair for me. So to end the night consistently, like I do, stable, I jumped back in a call with Matt and Bryce and told them literally everything that DJ and Kyler had told me. Every plan they had, how uncomfortable it was, how much better it was to be in a call with Matt and Bryce and just be able to hang. And then after we stopped live streaming for the night, we hung out in the call afterwards, and I was not going to be the first person to leave that call under any circumstances. I wanted to make sure that it was a group decision when that call ended, even though we were no longer recording. I needed to make sure that they felt like this could potentially extend beyond the game. It won't. I'll have friendships with them. I've met them and I know them now, but nothing is going to change whether or not I'm going to talk to you after the game from within the game, aside from like literally our first interaction. And our first interaction, I can tell you whether or not I will talk to somebody post game. And Bryce and Matt are those two people. And it almost sounds like I'm trapping myself in the position that I was literally just talking about them being in, where I think that we're going to be friends after the game, but I don't care. I literally don't care. I would love it if we are the best of friends. I would be slightly disappointed if I didn't get to talk to them. They're great guys, but I'm here to win a game. I did not sign up for this for friends. I signed up for this to prove that I have the skills necessary to win this game and to validate that not only do I possess those skills, I have mastered them. And honestly, I feel like thus far I've kind of put on a clinic as to how you adapt to the changes that this game throws you. And it's going to be great to see how the merge plays out. Because no matter what, like, I've had a great time already. No matter what. It's been so much fun. I got to make alliances and make moves and destroy immunity and survive, destroy safety and survive, and get somebody to destroy safety when they should have kept it. And I already feel like I've checked so many things off my list, and I've built this resume that doesn't matter because there is no jury, but it feeds my ego, if we're going to be completely honest, which yeah, I'm self-aware, but part of being self-aware is like admitting that you have an ego, which I definitely do. There is no denying that. But only within the context of the game, for as far as most things are concerned. I truly do believe that I was meant to play these games. I truly do believe that this is something that I was naturally born to do, which is weird. And this is not the first time in my life that I've found myself saying that I am really good at something that is, for all intents and purposes, inconsequential in life. But this game, there's so much social dynamics at play that to truly be a master of this game, you have to be able to navigate those currents. And thus far, I feel like I've done a fantastic job of that. And I feel like this decision between DJ and Kyler is going to be what decides whether or not I run this thing to the end or I flop as soon as the merge happens. Speaking of, I do think that no matter what, somebody on my team will go home before I do. I don't think I'm the biggest target. I honestly think my social game has been possibly the strongest. You could make a case for Bryce, but I'm on to Bryce. Bryce is probably on to me. But I'm on to Bryce, and more than one person is on to Bryce. And obviously people aren't going to be telling me if my name is getting thrown out there, but I told Bryce his name was getting thrown out there, and nobody has said that my name has come up whatsoever. So I feel pretty safe doing what I've been doing. And I plan to follow that. I plan to ride Bryce and Matt as far as I can in this game, and then I'm going to turn on them and cut them if I have to. And if I don't, that's fantastic. But Matt has the double up, and that is just as horrifying because scratch all that. So Matt and Isaiah have this double up, and that is fine. It's fine. Matt having the double up doesn't worry me because he's not gonna use it on me, and whoever he uses it on, we will have decided together as a trio in the faction, and we will use it to paint a target on somebody to send them out the next round after they've accumulated whoever went out that first round when the double up was used steps. So him having it doesn't worry me. Isaiah having it on the social team, that worries me. because I do think he's going to roll into the merge. I think there are a couple pairs on the social team. I think Alex and Mac are definitely a pair. I think Kevin and Isaiah are a pair. And I think Don is floating in the middle. I think he is in my situation. And it's funny because I think Don and I have talked the least out of anybody left on the strategic team. He has definitely talked to Bryce, Matt, Kyler, and DJ more than myself, I would guess, because we have only had very few interactions. And that's okay because I think heading into this third and final pre-merge cycle, I'm going to send him just a little message, something along the lines of, hey, hope to see you at the merge. Was really looking forward to working with you. We're the two oldest people left in this game, even though he has a few years on me. He looks good for 35. I look all right for 25. And and I think we might bond over that. I think it'd be fun to see two older people run this to the end, just like Derek and Alicia did in Second Chances. But even if that doesn't work out, I think somebody from the social team will flip. I don't think they have this together. I really don't. And it's a shame because I really wanted to see social players do well, because this is a game called Strategic Aspect, and you never want to see the home team win. I'm on the strategic team. If I go on to win, if Matt, Bryce, and I, the faction, run this thing to the end, nobody's going to be surprised. We formed a Night 1 alliance, which is exactly what we should have done. We set a clear target list, which is exactly what we should have done. And we've executed that target list with very few hitches, no major detours, which is exactly what we should have done. And now we're going to run into this merge and do exactly what we should do. But the social team is such an interesting study because I don't think a lot of them know this game, but I do think a lot of them are good social players in their own way, because I feel the need to compliment all of them in some way, because there's only really two who are good players. But I think all of them are good social players in their own way. Kind of. Kind of. But heading into the merge, the social team will crack because Don will pick a pair, and whichever pair he doesn't pick is going to lose half of their pair, and they're going to feel bitter, and we're going to be trying to pull Don, and we're going to be trying to pull whoever lost that pair, and for the hell of it, I'm going to be trying to pull the pair to vote against Don and whoever lost half of their pair, because you got to do whatever you got to do to stay alive in this game. And at the merge, especially in a merge where we're guaranteed to go in at 4-4, nobody needs to be good at strategic aspect math to tell you that those numbers smell like a tie. And I do not want the fate of my game, and honestly, not only my game, but the factions game, to rest on a tiebreaker safety comp. A word search should not be the deciding factor in who wins this game, because to this point, Matt, Bryce, and I have played a dominant strategic game, and I don't plan to stop that. So, heading into this final vote, I'll make a call. I'm going to decide between DJ and Kyler, and I will do what I need to do to make one of them stay, and I'll live with the consequences because that's the best I can do. And thus far, the best I can do has been freaking phenomenal.